Ching ching ching, let me hear them dollar ring. Hello and namaste and welcome to MOM Square, Money on My Mind. I'm Vivek Shetty, an engineer by profession and an investor by addiction. If you and I share the same addiction, we are on the right page. Yes guys, we are on the right page. And while you're there, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon. Today's video, as you guys might have already figured out from the thumbnail, is to talk about why I'm holding off making any purchases, any transactions with CCIV. May it be a buy or sell into their common stocks, warrants, or options. No transactions. Big no for me. Okay? And this is going to stay that way for me for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay? I might test the waters when we get closer to the merger date. But as of now, no, I'm not making a transaction. Full disclosure, I do hold a decent amount of CCIV shares and warrants. So that's another reason. I was like, the only reason for me to buy the dip, which by the way, last week it was at like $26. So it saw a dip already. It's at pre-market. It's trading at $22.30. So it's kind of, like, hey, let me jump into that dip and buy some more and, improve my average and whatnot. However, I don't think that this dip ends here, okay? You can keep buying on dips, but as we have all seen that, it keeps dipping further, it just hurts you more. So I would rather wait for an extended dip because I do have technical reasons and emotional aspects, right? In the market, within the market, which I believe will drive or pull this stock down further. Not all the way down to like $10 or $15. No, I do feel like it will retest its $17 and $18 range that it did, maybe a couple weeks ago, right? So let's jump into the reasoning for why I believe, what are those technical factors? First of all, we all know that CCIV pushed out their merger date to July 23rd. So there's a lot of questions in my head with regards to why that move happened, okay? I understand it's an extended process to make any merger happen. Okay, there's gonna be pipe investors involved here. There's gonna be CCIV guys and Lucid, Lucid shareholders. Technically, there's no shares for Lucid yet, but there are people who own stake in Lucid, right? How are things gonna work out there? What are the pending items that could be? There could be some legit reasons that resulted in this merger date being postponed, right? However, there is a big what if in my head about a potential scenario where it's the pipe investors that's, basically rethinking or reevaluating if they want to put, not all the pipe investors, I'm guessing some of them, if they are reevaluating whether we should buy into this merger or not. If that happens, I could see that as a negative to the stock itself, okay? So that's one factor. The other factor with regards to CCIV itself is the last time I heard CCIV talk about production was a couple months ago now, okay? Like with regards to when they're going to be in full production, when they're going to roll the first car out of the factory, what's going to be the numbers for next year and so forth. I haven't heard anything since. I hear crickets, okay? Which concerns me a little bit. And concerns me mostly because are there more delays and bad news with regards to production delays coming? We all know all the supply chain issues we are battling in the industry. I come from a manufacturing, background as well, engineering of course, but we make heat exchangers. The company I work for makes heat exchangers. Anyways, so we all know the issues and challenges everybody's facing with supply chain. Could that be the factor that Lucid is gonna face as well, which would delay some of that production? If it does, that's another bad news, another factor to pull that price down. Okay. Now, on the macro level, on the macro technical level, there is concerns I have with regards to the market crash itself. I am anticipating a market crash in the near term future here, right? It could be a variety of reasons, but I do feel like inflation is going to play a major role. How the numbers look over the next few months. uh, but maybe it won't even go that far. Maybe people just, before they start to see those things, they start to pull back and pull out of the market. Then the housing market concerns I have with regards to lumber prices going back down. It's a good thing for a lot of people who are building homes and whatnot, but that is the factor that, along with obviously the low interest rates, that push the market pricing for houses upwards. Now, when the lumber comes down, the housing prices should come down too, and the interest rates, right? Now, Fed is going to be talking about some of that today. We are not clear if I don't believe they're going to come out today and say, okay, we are increasing the interest rates. I don't expect that to happen. They'll give us a good heads up, I bet. However, I do think that they might deliver some news with regards to when that change is going to happen, and that could, be enough for people to check out of the stock market. Not by selling. Okay, again, guys, I would not recommend selling stocks or selling your holdings unless you believe that it's in an investment that's in a meme stock, or that's into more like a bubble stock. Okay, when I say bubble stock, it's mostly with regards to valuation. It's overpriced. If you believe in the product and technology and the people and the leadership behind it, hold on to the stocks. It's not the time to run away. The market always comes back, but it's a good time to hold on to your cash. There's a couple of videos I've made about in-depth videos about why I believe a market crash is coming, and why, what is my strategy to deal with this market crash. It mostly is with regards to reshuffling my holdings to more of the stocks that I like, not because on emotional levels. I like it because I see good fundamentals with their technology and whatnot. So go check them out. I'll put the link in the description. Okay, so those are the technical factors. The emotional aspect that's tied with EV, the emotions tied with EV right now, right? We all know that Lordstorm, the CEO and CFO, resigned on Monday, and then now there are talks about not having enough funds to continue production or go into full production. I don't think CCIV is going to have this issue. I don't see that, because they have a decent amount of cash they'll be sitting on post-merger. Also, they'll be getting they have enough support from the Saudi funds, which makes me believe that they're not going to be cash deprived to make investments for any production related items they have to deal with. Okay, but it's a factor, right? It plays a role. Everything that's happening around you with Lordstorm and Nikola plays a role in how people perceive EV segment to be, and these newcomers in the EV to be, right? The valuation is up in the air. Technically, it's currently trading at around 38 billion of a valuation. Is that really that? Is it because usually valuations are driven based on intrinsic value, right, for a stock or for the company, and that's you can do it a couple different ways, but the best way to do it is based on the sales forecast, right, for the next 5 years or whatnot. Now, with CCIV, they have not clarified what their production is going to look like next year in the recent past. Okay, they've obviously talked about that a couple of months ago, but recently I've not seen any changes or any communication with regards to that. So things to factor in there. Okay, so quick summary: we got the CCIV merger date pushed out as a factor. We got the production plan or the production forecast. A lack of clarity is another factor. We got the market crash concerns by itself on a macro level is going to be a factor, and then the emotional aspect tied with EV segment. It doesn't necessarily sit well for the stock. And obviously, it's not just CCIV. There's going to be a lot of stocks I feel is going to see a downward pull. But I wanted to make a special video about CCIV because I know it's exciting to buy the dips, but not this time. I'm going to wait. If it hits 18 bucks, that's what my target price is. I'm adding a bunch of them to my portfolio. Okay, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if it was, please do not forget to hit subscribe button. Adopt me as your mom, because your mom will always take care of you and watch your back. Okay, the idea here is for us to grow as a family, grow our portfolio size as a family. Okay? I will be coming back with more videos. Until then, adios.